Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. And the first news we got this week are the plans for GGG for the upcoming expansions, or rather for the coming patches, which are just going to be delivered all before early December, which is when the next leagues will start. So first one is going to be 2.4.1 and will be about sextant improvements, atlas changes, which were discussed in the manifesto post we already saw in the previous episodes. So that's going to be the first and small one. Second one, 2.4.2, will bring the 3 new channel skills. So this is going to be definitely very interesting, and GG is definitely working on those really hard because it's pretty different than how normal skills works, so they have to actually test them and balance them pretty well. I'm sure someone will find a way to break the game with those, although releasing them halfway through a league will make them less strong, as in when a skill is broken at the beginning of the league it tends to screw the market completely, while this time it's gonna have a minor effect, or at least that's what I think. Also, third one is going to contain the DirectX 11 for the 64-bit version, which should be pretty good, and there's also going to be a 32-bit DirectX 9 version as well, so you will be able to kind of use either one, and it's not going to be mandatory. You will be able to try it out. However, once 2.5 launches, so with the new leaks, DirectX 11 should become the normal one, just how it happened with the latest performance improvements. So that should work pretty well. Also, this patch is going to be kind of a pre-patch to the new leaks, which means it's going to contain a lot more bug fixes, and it's kind of going to prep the ground for the upcoming expansion, which will be teased not now. GGG says to wait a bit, and they will tell things later on, so can't wait for that. But we also got a very small manifesto post which talks about 3.0.0, which is not the next league, it's the league after those, which is when the 5th act will be dropped into Path of Exile, and it's going to happen next year, so pretty damn good. Also, what GGG basically saying is that they will remove Cruel, so that is actually happening. That's absolutely incredible. People wanted Cruel to be removed when Act 4 came along. Right now the leveling process is barely bearable, as in it's really fucking long because you have to do 4x3 acts. Now it's going to become 5x2, so there's going to be 10 acts. GG will have to rebalance everything, and that's going to be pretty crazy. That's definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's definitely going to make Path of Exile grow a lot. Having just 2 difficulties is going to be a completely breath of fresh air for older players, and hopefully for newer players as well, considering there's also going to be the 5th act, which is definitely going to be great. Hopefully there's snow, but who knows about that. We also got some fan art competition highlights, and the fan art competition I think is still going, so you should probably check it out, or just submit your own post if you want to. There will be a link in the description below, but we can see some fan art of the marshes, pretty good one, especially like the sky and part above. There's a witch, essence inspired. There's an incredibly big and well done hand painted banner, points for the banana measure, and another fan art of the shaper, more fan art of the shaper, and some tasty looking muff biscuits. So definitely pretty interesting stuff by the community. And also we got the latest build of the week, which is pretty much an essence drain build. The difference though is that it's not going straight up occultist, but it's going ascendant, so it's a scion, and for the first point it goes of course into the occultist, but then it ascends into the path of the ranger, and this is because it allows him to just kind of take away a lot of pathing nodes from the witch, from the scion to the ranger, and get a lot of chaos nodes which wouldn't be able to get otherwise. So it's a pretty interesting build. It's definitely kind of a normal essence drain build except for that part, which is quite interesting. I find that interesting at least. The build is pretty safe. It uses the mace from the council, so that might be a little bit costly. I don't know what's the price for that, but it's definitely not free, although it's still really strong. The mace allows him to use Lip Slam with 45 for additional defenses, and of course multi-curses with Temp Chains, which acts as both defensive and offensive curse, enfeeble and vulnerability, so definitely a very strong build. It also uses the item that allows to curse immune monsters. Otherwise, with a triple curse build, you will probably suffer a lot from curse immune maps. And yeah, this basically allows him to actually run that thing. Also, the build is pretty safe, and although it looks kinda slow, that's because in the video GGG is putting down the totem every single monster pack they find, but there's absolutely no need to do that. You don't really need to use the totem unless maybe from some really high HP monsters. Normally you just use Contagion Essence Drain just like any normal build, so I guess this build is pretty interesting. It's a level 93 and it definitely works. Most of the items are rares except the ones we already highlighted, so definitely something you can try. Looks pretty good to me. If you haven't tried Essence Drain, just give it a try. It's pretty fun. And another quick thing I wanted to talk about, though this is just more microtransaction over here, and that's not exactly what I care about, but the point is, since people told GGG that they could actually allow themselves to do more publicity of their own stuff, do more microtransaction, try to kind of milk a little bit more the community, since we're getting a lot of great stuff for free already. It seems like GGG really went into it, and there's been a lot of new armor sets, a lot of new weapon effects, weapon sets, all this kind of skill effects and kind of stuff. And every week we are kind of having 1 to 2 news about new microtransactions. I think it's not really that bad. I just kind of went from one side to the opposite. I think maybe a middle ground could be a little better, but still, it's not like I mind seeing these kind of cool things, except for when they do stuff that really do not fit at all. Like, I still don't understand why the Seraph armor has this kind of wings, which kind of ruin it. I mean, whatever the color of their armor is, they're still not done apparently with the recolors of this armor type, but it's okay. I mean, having a lot of sets, even though it's just recolors, just allows players to customize themselves a bit more, and it's always nice to see a city with people all dressed in different things, instead of just everyone having the same kind of thing you just see in so many MMORPGs nowadays. But yeah, that's enough for my ranting, I guess. And that was also all for this week. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all. I've been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.